escalating tension in the world right now. What can we do as light workers to help balance out this energy in a positive way? Join me as I dive deeply using the cards to see what Spirit would like us to do to help balance this energy and spread light and positivity. Let's dive into the energy of these cards to see what Spirit would like us to do over the coming weeks. Okay, first of all, the first card on the table is Source Mind. Now, Source Mind is the place that connects all energy. So it's a place where all information is stored. It's where all energy is stored. Now, what I'm feeling from this energy is that when there's a lot of negativity taking place in the world, it kind of distorts this area. There's a lot more negativity, which in turn causes like a feedback to our energy in a negative way. So we can be affected by external influences of what's going on within the world with threats of war and struggles within the world. It dirties the energy in the source consciousness. So it's called source energy. Now, I used to call it universal consciousness or the ether, but I do know that it's where all the energy of, and you'll see it from my previous readings, how I determined this, how I came to this information. But they told me to call it source energy. That's the most simplest form of way to describe this energy. But it's where all the minds go. It's where all information is stored. It's an energy, it's a frequency energy kind of thing, and when there's a lot of negativity taking place, it affects and distorts the frequency of that energy. Now, what it's saying is then we are part of this energy. We are connected to it through our minds. Our minds are connected. Everybody, whether you're open or not, whether you're a spiritual person or not, whether you are a psychic person or not. If you are a human and you have a mind, then or even if you're non-human, I don't know about that. And I do have the card there about still akin, so maybe it's all minds, but it's all connected here. Now, this energy can be out of balance, and that's why I'm feeling like as energy workers, as we need to be able to feed into this source energy as much positivity as we can, because I feel like it will affect everybody on a very individual way. We'll be feeling down, we'll be feeling depressed, people around us will not handle it. And if you're prone to depression, I feel you will be, and the people around us will start to see more depression around us. But also, if we let this energy, and the more it escalates, you could be feeling down for no reason and not know why you're feeling just not vibrant and energetic. And it could just be because the energy within the source mind is polluted. It's negative. Now, it has a negative effect. It has a negative roller coaster effect on everything we do. Now, what it's saying is that we need to tap in and listen to the subtle sounds within us. So and what that is saying is try to not be distracted by what is going on in the world, the negative energy within the world, because you don't want to further add to that energy. So you'll hear about what's going on and start to fear war, and that energy itself, just the fear of war being put into the source mind. And you imagine all the light workers, all the people that are here to help keep the balance, start to be fearful of war, then that really tips the scale within. And I believe that when you start tipping that scale, that further brings on earthquakes and manifests into physical form, is what I'm trying to say. So it manifests into physical form, this negativity. So look at that card there with the brain fog. So it's brain fog and it's covered by fog all over it. I was about to move it and I thought, it really is very foggy, isn't it? So I think that is my next place where I'm meant to go. So what it's saying is very brain fogged and very cloudy judgment. Now, this is what I'm also picking up out of it. If you feel like it's underneath the source mind. So under the source mind is that what can be beautiful, it's source, it's positive, it's creative, it's very high energy there in that once you tap into it, but it feels clouded. It feels foggy. Now, it could cause brain fog within us individually. We could feel very brain fog, headaches, lethargic, just not clear thinking here, and it's very foggy energy. What I was saying, where it murkies up the energy, this is what's going on. It's dirty in the energy, like making it very foggy kind of energy, this source energy, instead of being pure bliss, love, joy energy, and it's beautiful gold energy that you tap into. This is how I feel it. It's actually becoming very choked up and dirty, and that's because of the negativity. And the more that we fear the energy of what's around us, the more of that negativity we're putting into this source energy, and therefore it snowballs and escalates and forms into physical matter, being that unluckiness, earthquakes, disasters, just negativity in manifest. Now here it's saying we need to listen to subtle sounds. This is the clairaudience, so we need to instead tune into ourselves, our mindfulness. We need to tap into our own mindfulness, tap into positive energy, tap into the source energy in a beautiful, pure way, in a way that brings positivity and not adds to that foggy dirtiness that's within there. So we don't want to be adding to that. So instead we need to be listening to the subtle voice or the subtle sounds within our own mind or within our own heart, because it's got quite the mind sitting next to it. Now Spirit are also saying that the situation will improve. This is the unicorns and rainbows, so it's about beautiful. It's also, rainbow is the covenant between man and God. So after the great deluge, the flood, God said that he brought a rainbow, and that was his covenant to humanity, that he wouldn't do that to the world again. So that's the biblical reason of the rainbow. So here but it's also unicorns and rainbows and positive energy and all of that. So it's improving the situation. What that is, in a long roundabout way, is saying that our positive energy, even if it comes off a little bit like rainbows and unicorns and like to, positive kind of way of thinking, it's actually helping, it's actually improving the situation. Sitting next to the friendship or company, when you do it with other people, you heighten that energy. So when you do something, that's why I'm asking what Spirit would like all of us watching, everybody that knows they're here with a purpose, a starseed cosmic family here. You're here for a purpose, and you're here to help humanity. You're here to help the energies of the earth. Now, everybody has a different purpose, but in your heart, you have a purpose here. And by joining together with other people in the same kind of light energy, we are actually helping and making a difference. So what we can do to help the current escalation and energy, I know it sounds rainbows and unicorns, and that's what the cards are saying, but it's saying it's improving the situation. When several people come together with the same intention, it's a big deal. We are co-creators as human. We have such a beautiful gift. We have an amazing power of co-creation. So we can create amazing things when we create together. And that's why the elites will program us through movies and say this disaster is going to happen, or so they scare us all into thinking a certain way, because we co-create an outcome together. This energy that's going on with the world, with the tension escalating and the threat of wars, that's another way to get us to all co-create an outcome in a negative way. When it's all we're hearing on the news, it is a negative energy with the intention to steer in a direction, and that is their narrative. That is the direction the elites or the bad side, the negative side, wants us to go. So here we instead have to join together our energy in a positive way with all of those that know that they're stellar kin, know that there are star seeds or cosmic families, and here we need to join together to spread the energy in a positive way, even if you do just in a simple way. It's not about coming together and singing Kumbaya or anything. I always get a bit funny about rainbows and unicorns and being too positive thinking, but I always try to stay positive. I always try to keep my energy high, because you're very prone to this energy if you don't. And there's a lot of this energy happening right now in the source field. So here we need to be very mindful of that's happening, and we need to be able to counteract that through subtle silence, mindfulness, quietening the mind and listening only to our positive, pure energy, our source, our God, and be able to try and clear up some of this negative energy that's sitting there in the source field. Okay, so they're saying now Visionary mind, think bigger. I do feel that part of this is part of visualization. So I feel like it's, and this is out of my Neptune deck. So here it's renewal or emergence, a new world, a new beginning. So here it's about even tapping into mindfulness and just thinking about the world, what you love about the world, the positive aspects of the world, visualizing the world in a harmonious way, visualizing the world because we've got visionary mind, we're in our mind, we're mindfulness, sitting side by side, so it's important. We need to visualize the outcome that we want. We need to visualize the harmony, the peace. We need to visualize. Now, we may not ever get the peace, but we will get clarity. We'll get less of the negativity by putting in that peace energy. It means we're clearing up some of this negative energy that's being fed into the source at the moment. And remember, we're all connected to that source energy. All of us, we're all connected to it. So at the moment, it's being fed by this machine of negativity, and that affects us all individually. But we can improve the situation together as co-creators by visualizing and the renewal or the emergence of a new world, new beginnings in a positive way. We need to be able to do that. There was an interesting little message from Spirit there on what we can do to help through mental energy. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much to Spirit for bringing through that message. And let's try and pick up and clean up some of this source field or this source mind energy.